Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was, I kind of knew, not kind of, I knew that day was coming. I think that for a long time, I was comfortable with being done even last year, unless something, a good opportunity, piqued my interest over the summer. And it's just like one of those things where you prepare yourself mentally for it. I think for a long time I was like my wife kept on saying like, "Are you retiring? Like just say it." And while I knew I was, it's a hard thing to say, to actually verbalize out loud. And then, you know, I I had a couple injuries this past year that essentially sealed my decision. But yeah, it was an emotional time. You think that you're ready for it, and then all of a sudden that moment hits, and it hits a little bit harder than you think. But one thing I'm going to say it 1,000 times, over the course of however many minutes we're together, but just like overwhelmingly thankful and grateful for it, and for a lot of things, grateful and thankful for what the Hawks did. For me in terms of making that night special. And for, I know I can speak for Patty as well in that regard. And, um, thankful for all the people that showed up, my friends and family. There was a few people that surprised me that were pretty special, and thankful for the guys, for making that special. And very grateful that I was able to share that opportunity with a guy like Pat. And we had known each other a little bit from the past, but and then ironically at the end or after the game was over, they gave me or both Pat and I our last, or the puck from our last goal. And ironically, my last goal was against the Kings, the team where I got my start, and Patty's last goal was against Philly, the team that gave him his start. Yeah. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, I think hockey can be poetic at times, and that certainly was a cool experience, a cool anecdote, for the night.